Okay, it can be longer, but maximum it will take 2 hours. But I will try to finish as soon as possible because we have a long list to cover. So yeah, be there, and we will be learning a lot in this live stream. I think we can just wait 1 minute more and we will then just get started. If you are also, a DevOps engineer or a Django developer or a Node.js or doing any framework, so it is, you will be learning Docker, like how to Dockerize application and how to automate your deployment, testing using GitHub. So we are going to start now. So our topic, as we know, we are going to deploy a React application on AWS EKS. So we will be using different technologies. So let's have a look at our uh, diagram, like how this GitHub Actions, how this pipeline will work. Initially, the developer will push the code to the GitHub, and then on the GitHub we will have a GitHub Actions. Okay, and these GitHub Actions will be hosted on AWS EC2. We can use uh, GitHub hosted, but for better management, okay, because GitHub has some limitations to hosting your GitHub Actions. So we will be using AWS EC2 to run our workflow. Okay, and then we will integrate SonarQube to do our code analysis. So it will do code analysis of your code. If any bugs, if any security error, it will find out and it will provide you a report. Big companies also, smaller companies, they are also using these best practices to scan their code to maintain the quality of the code. So we will be using SonarQube as well. Then I think my okay. I think no, I'm fine. Yeah, this was a voice problem. Wahid, no, everything is okay. If you can reconfirm it. No, audio is okay. I think yes. Yeah, I was talking about this flow. Like we will be doing analysis of our code using SonarQube. Okay, and then we will do npm install, and then we have to build our images, like we will build and push our images to the Docker Hub. Okay, so when the images will be built, we will deploy our images to the Docker Hub. Then we have to scan images as well. uh, in smaller and bigger companies, okay, if you are a DevOps engineer or a backend developer, a front-end developer, okay, they will be using image scanning to find out any problems, bugs, or security problems in your images. So you can scan your images using a Travi Docker scan. Okay, then we will be using a Docker container to deploy on AWS Kubernetes. If our build is successful, everything is okay, we will get a notification on a Slack. Okay, so when we will get notification on Slack, we will know how our build was successful or failed. If we have a bigger number of team, like 7-10 people, so um, when a notification will be triggered, all the team members will know a new code is being pushed to the staging or production environments. So it is a good practice to use a Slack notification or an email notification when something new happened on the server. So we will be integrating Slack as well. Then we will be yeah, one thing here about Terraform, why we will be using Terraform to create infrastructure. We will create AWS EKS using Terraform. The reason behind using Terraform is, uh, if you go manually, you can have to create EC2 instance or AWS EKS and other services, VPS. So you will do manually. It can take 1 hour, 2 hour as well. But if you will be creating with Terraform, it will be just one command as well. You will just, when you need to destroy your infrastructure, you will also use a Terraform destroy command. Okay, because when we are working on a testing environment, then we need to delete all the AWS services. Okay, then we will be facing a problem to delete manually, and maybe we can forget to delete a service on AWS. Okay, so it's the best practice to use Terraform, because as it can maintain your state. We will also store the current state on AWS S3. Okay, so this is the flow we will be following in this live stream. Okay, no, we have a question why we need a GitHub Actions, AWS, Elastic Kubernetes, and Terraform. So we will be discussing some key points of these uh, things. Okay, GitHub Actions. So what benefits we receive from GitHub Actions? It can automate your workflow. Okay, like when any event you push a code on GitHub Actions will automatically triggered. Okay, and it will perform all the actions what you have written in your GitHub Actions. Okay, so yeah, next we have a YAML configuration. We all know YAML configuration, YAML coding. Okay, so GitHub Actions is based on the YAML. Okay, so it's easy to write your YAML code. Okay, what kind of actions you want to perform. Next, we have a diverse ecosystem. Why? Because if we want to use multiple system like production, staging, we can easily manage our workflow. Okay, so it helps us to take this infrastructure to the bigger level. Okay, and the next point is metrics builds. It's very important as a developer when you're working on node 16, 17, 18 version, as well on the Python side when you're working on Python 10, 11, 12. Okay, so if you want to test your code on a different version, you can also utilize this technique as well to uh, test your code on a different version. Okay, so you will not need to manually test. Okay, so it will automatically test if any version is not supported. Okay, so it is a good way to use GitHub Actions. Then we have a CI/CD integration. So we can simply can say GitHub Actions is a CI/CD tool. Okay, we can create a continuous integration and deployment. Simply, we can say we can do testing and then deployment on our um, uh, resource. Like it can be AWS, DigitalOcean, and it can be also Azure. Okay. Next, we have EKS. What is EKS? Why we are going to use EKS? It is a managed Kubernetes cluster services. Okay, AWS provide this services. Okay, because it is allow us to deploy. Okay, and scale our containerized application on Kubernetes. Okay, so the main feature of this AWS EKS is it is automated, scalable. Okay, so you will not need to maintain, you will not need to worry if users are being increasing on your website. Okay, so it will automatically decrease and increase the load. Okay, and it will automatically add the machines to your EKS. We can say the nodes. And then other thing is high availability. Okay, and sometime if server can get down. Okay, so there's a we can say 99% chances are uh, there will be high availability. Okay, your website will not get down. Okay, so that's why EKS is famous to use if your application is a bigger level or production based. And then we have a seamless integration. We can say if we're using AWS EKS, we can also integrate different services, RDS database, S3, and AWS identity management, different services like DynamoDB. So it is easy to use. Also security compliance, like if the project is based on any it has compliance based on government projects. Okay, or if any company has a different law, so you can use AWS. Okay, so it will handle all these security and compliance as well. Okay, next we have last Terraform. Why we are going to use Terraform actually will help us to create our infrastructure. Also, if you will be learning Terraform, you can use a same technique, like it is a YAML based. If you have learned this Terraform, you can easily deploy Terraform infrastructure based on your AWS or on a Google Cloud, on Azure. Okay, so it supports multiple clouds. Okay, so you can create your infrastructure on these different platforms using Terraform. Okay, and yeah, it will do state management and uh, modular, like you can create a different modules and you can use these different modules on a different projects. Like we have created a RDS database. Okay, we have a module, and in other project we need to use RDS, so we can use the same code of Terraform in our another project. So it is very useful and handy to use. Okay, yeah, no, I think we have to go and let's start our deployment. We will be doing hands-on practical. Okay, so I have just created these 11 points, 11 steps, small steps. Okay, we will be just performing these steps to do all these operations. Okay, so yeah, we have to know. I can just quickly go these 11 points. We will first of all create an EC2 instance and IAM role. This EC2 instance will be used as a self-hosted runner for our GitHub actions. Okay, so and then we will have a Docker installation and we will be testing our code with the Sonar Cube as well. Okay, integration of a Sonar Cube with GitHub actions. And then at the point 5 we will just install the tools we needed to deploy our application on EKS. Okay, then we will provision our AWS EKS infrastructure with Terraform. At point 7 we will be scanning our images. Also we will set up our Docker hub and we will push our images to the Docker hub. Then we will just um, deploy our application to the AWS EKS. At 9 we will integrate Slack. Okay, and then we will just run this final setup and we will see our application will be live on EKS. Okay, so I'm just going to start no um, with the step 1. I'm just going to share my screen so we can get started. All right. Okay. So first of all, we will be just going to create an EC2 instance. So you have to, if you have AWS account, you can just log into your AWS account and you have to just go to EC2. Okay. And here, if you go to EC2 dashboard, okay, and we will be creating a new instance. Just click on launch instance and I will just give name React project. Okay, then we have to choose OS. We will be using Ubuntu. Then we have to choose instance type. We will be using T2 medium size. Okay, here we need to create a keep here. Okay, I will just give name a keep here. It will be we can name same React project. Okay, so it will download a pim file. Okay, so the pim file is downloaded in my downloads folder, so we will use it soon. Okay, next we have to allow traffic here. Okay, make sure the storage should be minimum 30 GB. Okay, in advanced detail we have to attach IAM instance profile. Okay, so you can also create this IAM profile first. So if I just go, let me create the bigger picture here. Okay, so I will be just creating an IAM role. It should be AWS service. Then we will select a service EC2 because we are going to give some permissions to our EC2 instance. Okay, next um, we can give particular access, but for now I will be just going to give administrative access so we can avoid any problems. Okay, so next, okay, just give a name. I will just give name React project IAM. Okay, so just create this role. Our role is created. Just go back to the previous tab, and here if I refresh it, I will see my IAM role is listed. No, I will just select this IAM role. Okay, no, we have to just launch our instance. Okay, our instance is being launched. Okay, all right. Okay, so it will take approximately 30 seconds. It will be ready to use. And meanwhile, I can share one thing here. I have written a detailed article as well. Okay, you know, explain every step, and we will be using some commands. I have written the commands in this article as well, so we can use this article during our live stream as well. So you can also get help from this article. Even you can subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter as well. Okay, so if I show how you can subscribe my newsletter, if I just go here, okay, so you can subscribe and I will be writing good articles. Okay, so yeah, we will be using this article if we need it somewhere. Okay, let's see if our instance is running. Yes, our instance is ready. So no, we will be going to connect with our instance. It's very simple. You have to just click on this instance. Okay, and click on connect button. Okay, and there are multiple tabs. We will just be going to connect with SSH client. Okay, so we will be using this command, which is at point 3. Okay, then this command. So I will just copy this command. Okay, and I will go to my terminal. Okay, make sure you are in the correct path. Okay, because I have downloaded the pim file in a downloads folder. If you have downloaded in a different folder, make sure in the terminal you are in the same folder path. Okay, just run this command. Okay, it will give access to our instance so we can do SSH. Then just command second command we have to copy here. Just copy it and paste it, and simply we will be connected. Yes, our EC2 instance that we have created on AWS. Okay, it's simple. Okay, so now we are connected to our EC2 instance. I think if my terminal is being displayed or not. Let me try. I think my terminal is not coming. Okay, let's try again. My terminal is not coming maybe. Wahid, can you see a terminal if it is being displayed or not? Let me just try to share again my screen. So, okay, let me try to entire screen. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, it's fixed now. Thank you. I think it's coming no. Okay, because I was doing SSH. Meanwhile, I can do SSH again. Okay, so it is very simple. Mm, okay, just confirm me if you can see no my terminal. Okay, thank you. CD downloads. Okay, no, I'm in my folder, correct folder. Okay, and yeah, yeah, we can just go back to our previous tab. Yes, it was this one. Okay, yeah, we have to just copy this command. Okay, and we have to run here. Make sure you are in the correct folder. Okay, so where you have downloaded your PIM file. Next, we have to copy the second command, this one. Okay, and we have to execute here. Okay, no, we are connected with our EC2 instance. Okay, so as we are connected with our EC2 instance, what we can do, we have to um, attach our GitHub actions, which is a self hosted. Okay, so I will just be to use one thing. Okay, so if I show you here, almost we have completed our step number one. Okay, so no will be we will be using to add a self-hosted runner to AWS EC2 instance. Okay, so now we have to go to our GitHub. This is my GitHub. I have pushed my code on this GitHub repo. Okay, so it's very simple. You can it's very simple project, just Docker Hub file. I will share this link with you guys as well. So simply just watch this video because I will be teaching a lot of things. Just get your understanding clear, and after completion of this live stream, you will have a very clear understanding. Even you can watch my video as well. My article will be there as well, and also I have a very detailed complete GitHub repo is also available. Okay, so I will be sharing these things in my article. So just in this video, in this live stream, just get clear your concept and get clear understanding how to get this done. Okay, so now we are going to host I can say self-hosted runner. Just click on settings of your project. Okay, and then you have to just go to actions. Okay, and click on runners. We have to create a new self-hosted runner. Okay, as we are using Ubuntu, which is a Linux base, so we will choose as Linux. Okay, and okay, now we have to follow these commands. It's very simple to integrate your self-hosted runner with EC2. Okay, so we will be just following these commands. I will just copy this command. Okay, and I will run this command simply. Okay, then next we have to copy our second command. Okay, it will download the latest runner package. Okay, meanwhile it is downloading, we have to copy our second command. It is optional to validate the hash to make sure the runner is installed and working fine. Okay, so I will just copy this third command and I will just hit enter, run. Okay, so status is okay, it's mean it is installed fine. Okay, next we have fourth command. We have to just copy and paste it. It will just extract our downloaded package. Okay, it's also done. Okay, let's now we have to configure our self-hosted runner. We have to copy this command. Okay, and we have to just run. Okay, so here it will ask you few of things. Okay, first of all, it will ask you to enter the name of runner group to add this. So this step we will just skip it. Okay, in the next step we have to enter the runner name. I will say React AWS. Okay, and here we can also say React AWS. Okay, so runner is successfully added. Okay, enter the name of work folder. You can just by default enter. Okay, it will select the work folder. Okay, so so far we have configured it as well. Then we have a last step. Okay, we have to run this. Okay, so it will be connected with our GitHub actions. Okay, so connected to the GitHub. Okay, so listening for the jobs. Okay, currently we don't have any workflow GitHub actions. We did not create it yet. Okay, so when we will have, it will listen a new jobs and it will execute. Okay, automated, automate our workflow. Meanwhile, I will just terminate it. Okay, we will run this command again in this folder. Okay, when we will be required. Okay, so our second thing, which is our second step, which is also done. Okay, if I go to my article. Okay, this was our step 2. Okay, so we have just completed. Even I have explained all these steps here. Okay, so you can get help from my article as well to make your life easier. Okay, no, we are going to the step 3. Okay, it will be Docker installation and running SonarQube container. Okay, so I think we are going in a good speed and we will complete, I think, before 90 minutes. Okay, so yeah, no, let's see how we can install Docker on uh, EC2. Okay, so it's very simple. First we have to update the packages. Okay, then we will just install the Docker. Okay, and then we will assign a username. Okay, and we will start our Docker. Okay, and simple. So let's first install these packages. Okay, even you can just copy all these commands and run at once as well. Okay, I will just clear my terminal first. Okay, make sure you are at the root folder. Okay, just paste all these commands. Okay, and just hit enter. Okay, so meanwhile these packages and Docker is being installed. Okay, done. Then what we will be doing here, we will be just starting SonarQube. Okay, it's available publicly. Okay, so our SonarQube container, we have to run it. Okay, so just copy this command. Okay, you can use this article. Okay, so we have to wait. Docker is being installed and set up. All right, it is done. Now what we can do here, clear it and just copy this command. Because we are going to run the SonarQube. Okay, it is downloading, pulling the image from Docker Hub. Okay, the public SonarQube image, and this will also run this container. Okay, because we have Docker run in a detached mode. Okay, and the name of container, which is Sonar. Okay, and on the port 9000. Okay, so our container is running, which is a SonarQube container. To check it, just write a command docker ps. So it will tell you how many container are running on this EC2 instance. This is running on the port 9000. How we can access this publicly? Okay, it's very simple. You have to just go to your browser. Okay, you have to first copy the public IP. Okay, if I go here to my instance. Okay, and this is my public IP address. I will just copy this public IP address. Okay, and then I will just add a port, which is 9000. Okay, it is running on a port 9000. You will notice you can't access this. Okay, because the reason is we have not added this port into our security group. Okay, so you have to just go to your EC2 dashboard. Okay, and here you have to click on security groups. Okay, and just click on edit inbound rules. Okay, just click and add a role. Okay, we will be using a custom TCP and we have to add a port which is 9. Okay, I think I have to add a 9,000. Okay, everywhere. Okay, so save the rule. Okay, so our security group is upgraded. We have added the port 9,000. Okay, so now you will notice our Sonar Cube container will be starting soon. Okay, it is being loaded. Fine. So this is how we have set up our Sonar Cube, which is very super easy. We will be looking how we can integrate this Sonar Cube with our GitHub. Okay, so we have to just wait. Thank you, sir. Hisham server. We have just commented. Thank you, Numan. I hope this content is helping, and yeah, we will be learning a lot. And I think these things I'm explaining here, almost I learned these things in 6 months. This is an experience of 6 months. We will be covering in just 90 minutes or 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, it's a good for a beginners, even for the experience. We have React developers, Django developers, but they are not, they don't how to follow best practices to deploy their applications on different cloud providers. Okay, so and automate the workflow. The bigger problems comes most of the time when we don't follow, I can say, best practices. We don't use any automation or testing. Okay, and manually, what we do, we have to clone the repo again and again on our EC2 instance or any other machine, and do the deployment, latest deployment again, which is not a good way to utilize, because you are going to spend same time again and again. So it is a good to just let me just refresh it. It's not taking time. Okay. Okay, meanwhile, SonarQube container is being started. We can just go to our second step. Uh, we can wait for it. Okay, so it is just being loaded. Okay, as soon as it is ready, we can, yeah, we have to wait for our SonarQube. Meanwhile, yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comment. Okay, ask me anything, like what kind of thinking coming in your mind. Okay, I will be happy to answer. So just ask me. Meanwhile, our Sonar Cube is getting ready. Okay, so we have to just wait for it. HTTPS. Okay, our Sonar Cube is ready, by the way. All right, so yeah, by the way, by default the Sonar Cube login and the password is admin. Okay, so we have to just enter. We will be using SonarQube to do the analysis of our code. Even if your code is a WordPress, if it is a, any framework, you have to analyze if any vulnerabilities or security problems your code have, it will detect. We will see with our React code as well. So I will just going to log in. Okay, so it is by default password, which is admin, but then you have to reset. Okay, you have to create a new password on a SonarQube dashboard. I will be just creating a new password. Five. Okay. Okay, our password is updated. So now we are on the dashboard. Okay. So now here we have to follow some steps so we can connect this SonarQube with our GitHub repo. Okay. So it will do analysis of our code. So we have to select here manually. Okay, and we have to give a name. I will just give name React. Okay, set up it. Okay, done. No, we will be following because we are using GitHub Actions, so we will use GitHub Actions. Okay, so here we have to copy, create some tokens. Okay, first of all, we will be creating a variable on our GitHub. Okay, so just copy this sonar token and go to your GitHub repo. Okay, into the setting tab, you have to go to the secrets. Okay, we will be adding secrets for our GitHub actions. So click on actions, and we have to add a new secret here. So we will be giving a name, which is a sonar token. Okay, and then we have to generate a token. Okay, generate the token and copy this token. Okay, continue, and then paste the secret value here and add a secret. So it's very simple to add a secret on your GitHub repo. Okay, and then we have to copy another thing, which is a sonar host URL. Just copy this variable. Okay, and simply just paste it. Okay, and then we have to copy the secret. Okay, which is sonar host URL value. Okay, this is actually the IP address of your EC2 instance and then the port. So just copy and paste it. Okay, simple. Add a secret. Done. So we are done with our um, integration. Okay, simple. Just continue. When you will just continue, and then we have to choose like what kind of workflow we are going to use, because our application is based on JavaScript, React. Okay, so we will choose other. Okay, so here we have to complete these two steps, point number 2 and 3. Okay, so I will just copy this. Okay, create a sonar project properties file. So we have to create this file. Okay, what I will do, I will just copy this file name. Okay, and simply I will just open my VS Code. Okay, this is my VS Code. Here, this is my React project, which is available on GitHub as well. What I will do, I will just add a file here. Okay, okay, this will be the file simply. Okay, and then we have to just follow this line. Okay, and we have to just paste it here. Simple. Okay, next we have to create a new file. Okay, so now we are going to create our GitHub actions workflow. Simple. First of all, we will create our workflow. Okay, we have to create this file. So I will just going to my VS Code. Okay, I will be first of all going to create a file. I will give a name. Okay, just copy the same name and you will be done. Okay, so to follow some practices, I will just rename this file. Okay, because we will be using a sonar a cube for our code analysis. Okay, so I will just give name sonar. Okay, because we will be creating a multiple workflows. That's why I will just give name sonar.yaml. Okay, so here we need to just paste this file. Okay, but I will be not going to paste this exactly. Okay, but because I have updated version of this build. Okay, of this workflow. Okay, so I will be using that. Okay, if I just go to my GitHub repo. Okay, which is complete ready to use. Okay, even this repo is already attached on my article as well at the top. If I just go here. Okay, so this is the same repo which is completely available to utilize. So if I go into the GitHub folder. Okay, and this is a sonar.yaml. Okay, so this is actually the updated version. Okay, so I will just copy the code from here. Okay, and I will just go to my VS Code. Okay, I will just paste it here. Simple. Okay, so we have just pasted it. Okay, simple. Then what we will do, we have to just push our code to the GitHub. Okay, as soon as this will be pushed, you will see a magic. Okay, just let me push it, add it, sonar cube. Okay, okay, done. Let's commit. As soon as the commit is going to the GitHub, I will be just going to my project, and I will click on actions. Okay, so you can see this is the first workflow we created. It is coming here, okay, on the action. It is building our project, okay. So if I just wait for it, okay, and it is, yeah, it is building our snore.yaml file, okay. It will do analysis of our code. Here I want to mention one thing. You can see waiting for a runner to pick this job. As we notice on our EC2 instance, we started the runner, okay, and we need to start it again. I have stopped it earlier, okay. So it's very simple to start it, okay. So if you forget the command how to start it again, okay, you have to just simply go to the article as well, okay. So if I just show you here, okay, okay, this was the folder that you created, okay. Actions runner, just go into this folder, okay. Then you have to just run a command to start your runner, okay. I will just copy the folder name, okay, and just I will clear it. Okay, so we have to go to our actions runner folder. Then we have to run this command to execute our first GitHub action, okay. Run.sh, okay. So it will start running and it will pick the jobs, okay. So listening for the jobs, okay. So it has running a job which is building the job. If I go here, okay, so you can see the job has been started, okay. Okay, so it is starting to scanning our code. When this build will be successfully done, okay, we will see here on this project's dashboard, we will see the analysis will come on this dashboard. So it can take 30 minutes, 30 seconds to execute this sonar.yaml, okay, if your project is smaller level. If it's as a more line, bigger project, okay, it can take more time as well to analyze your whole code. Okay, so build is successfully done. When the build is successfully done, it will be a blue check. Okay, if it's failed, it will be a red cross. Okay, so we have to go to our project dashboard. If I have to refresh it, so we can see here, this was the project, the analysis, no bugs, no problems, okay, and no code smells, everything is fine, okay. So this is how we can do analysis of our different projects. It's common to use with your Django, React, WordPress, Node.js, any framework. So simply you can use for the code analysis. If there will be any problem, everything will be here in the detail. Okay. So currently our code is very clean because it's a fresh React project. That's why there is no problem. Okay. Also, the lines of code are 127. Okay. Okay, next we have to just go to our next step, which is point number 5. Okay, I think, yeah, let me go, and so we can complete as soon as possible. Okay, yeah, we have done this as well. Okay, no, we have to install these packages. It's very simple. We have to execute, just run this command, okay, on your EC2 instance. First of all, we will terminate it, okay. Okay, and this is okay. Let me execute. First of all, you have to go to the root folder, okay. Then you have to create a new file, okay. In this new file, you have to just copy these lines, okay, and paste there. Simple. Just copy it, okay, and paste here, okay. Then you have to just save it, okay. When you're done, okay, you have to just then run these two commands, okay. It will automatically execute these installations. Okay, we are going very faster. I think we will be completing it in next 20 minutes. So you guys, we will be in our targeted time in 90 minutes. So in next 20 minutes we will be finishing it. Okay, everything is fine so far. All right. So you can just confirm these packages installation on your side, okay, to make sure all these packages are installed, okay. Next, we will be moving to the part 6, okay. We have to create our infrastructure using Terraform, okay. So for this, you have to make sure you have the GitHub repo ready, okay. So what I will do here, I will just create a folder for our Terraform, okay. I will just give name Terraform EKS. Okay, just open a terminal here. Okay, all right. Okay, so I will just go to Terraform EKS folder. Okay, so here we need to create three files. Okay, so if I will just create a file main.tf. Okay, then we will create a file backend backend.tf. Okay, and then we will be creating a third file which is provider.tf. Okay, so we have to just paste some lines of code. Okay, so what I will be doing here, I have to just go to my this GitHub repo which I have already created. So here you have to just copy the content. Okay, main.tf. Okay, just copy it simply. Okay, and paste it. And okay, all right, it is simply going up. Okay. Next, we have to get the content of backend file. I will just go to the backend.tf and just copy it. And then we have to last file, which is provider.tf. Simple. Okay. We have to just paste it here. Okay. So shortly, I can explain this provider.tf file. It is almost like which cloud provider we are going to use. We're going to use AWS. Okay, and in which region we are going to use US West 1. Okay, and in this main.tf file we have created some resources, AWS EKS, and we have attached some policies as well. Okay, so and then we have a backend.tf file. We will be storing our state on AWS S3 bucket. Okay, so if I go to my EC2, if I just go to S3, and we will be just going to S3 bucket. Okay, so if I have to go, I have my S3 bucket already. Okay, so what you can do here, you can also create a new bucket. Simple, just give a name to your bucket. Okay, and then just create it. Okay, it's very simple to create. So I will be using this bucket which I have already. Okay, simple. So my Terraform infrastructure code is ready. So how I will be executing this? Okay, so because you have two things, one which is installation of a Terraform and AWS CLI. You must need to install these two things. I have already installed, okay, but for your reference, okay, if you want to install, you can just read my article which is available on the Medium. Okay, I have explained in this article how you can install Terraform, okay, and AWS. So you can just get this article link from my LinkedIn article. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, so so I can imagine your installation is completed. No, we have to configure our AWS. Okay, so to configure AWS, you must create a user on AWS. So I will just go to AWS dashboard. Okay, so here you have just search IAM. Okay, when you go to IAM, just click on users. Okay, and create a user. Okay, I'll just give name code with move. Okay, okay, attach a policy. Okay, just attach administrative access. Next, okay, create a user. So when this user is created, okay, just click on this user and go to the security credentials, okay, and click on create access key. And then you have to click your command line interface, okay, and then you have to just give a name, okay. I'm just going for EC2 use, so create access. Okay, so this is my access key. I will just be configuring my AWS. Okay, so it will ask access key, just paste the access key, then just copy the secret key, okay. Then you have to choose if your region is a different, okay, US West 1, okay, then hit enter, okay. Our CLI is configured. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to apply Terraform in it, okay. It will initialize our Terraform project, okay. After this command, we will be validating. One thing is, like, if you want to validate like all the lines code you have written in your Terraform, okay, are fine. You can use Terraform validate, okay, and you can also write command Terraform plan, okay. So I will just use Terraform validate to make sure my code syntax, everything is fine, okay. So it will just confirm me if the status is okay. Then I will just go and apply Terraform apply. When I will apply Terraform, okay, it will create our EKS. Okay, simply I'm just going to, hold on, I can just go here and EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service. So currently you can see I don't have any cluster, okay. So no, we are going to create this infrastructure, okay, with a single command, okay. So I will just plug in message, okay. Okay, just apply command Terraform apply. It will ask you for your command. You have to enter yes, okay. Then it will just get started to creating our infrastructure on AWS, okay. So meanwhile, it asks for the value yes. So we have approved. It is going to create infrastructure on AWS. Meanwhile, our infrastructure is being created on AWS. We have to complete our next steps, okay. So if I just go to my infrastructure, okay, simple. So meanwhile, we can connect our Docker Hub with our GitHub, okay. So I will just go to my GitHub, okay, and go to the settings, okay, and I will go to the variables actions, okay, and I have to go to my Docker Hub, okay, Docker Hub, okay, Docker Hub, okay. So you have to create your Docker Hub account first, okay. When you are done with your Docker Hub account, you have to go to the settings, my account, okay. Here you have to go to the security, okay. So we will be generating access token. Just click on new access token and give a name, anything you can say. This is a React project, so I'll just create this token, okay. So just copy this token, okay, and go to your GitHub actions and add a new secret, okay. And we will say Docker Hub. It will be a Docker Hub token or a secret, okay. We can just confirm here, okay. It is Docker Hub token, okay. So Docker Hub token, fine, okay. Just add this secret. Then we have to add another secret, okay, which is Docker Hub username, okay. I will say Docker Hub username, okay. To confirm it, you can also confirm it is username, okay. So how you can get your username? You have to just go to, yeah, this is my username. Similarly, you will have any username, just use it, okay. And I will just save it. code with more. Okay, add a secret. Okay, so the secret is added. So our Docker Hub is also connected with our GitHub. Okay, simply next we have we will be going to create a new YAML file, okay, to build our Docker image and push to the Docker Hub, okay. So this will be our new workflow, okay. So just go to your, I will say, just go here and create a new workflow in your GitHub actions folder, okay. Just give name build.yaml, okay. Okay, and you can just get the updated version of this code, okay, from my GitHub. Just go to the GitHub, okay, this repo, and if you go to the workflow, okay, we have a build, okay. So yeah, just copy these lines, okay. What it will do here, it will just build our image, and it will push this image to our uh, Docker Hub, okay. Simple. And yeah, then also, one thing I want to add here, we will be also running our this Docker image on our EC2 instance. So I will show you publicly how our application is accessible. To running, Docker instance on EC2, we use for the testing purpose. Okay, so I will just be, copying this, and I will just paste in the build.yaml. Okay, so done, and we have to just push this code. Okay, I will just say added Terraform, okay, and commit it, okay. So code is being commit is done, okay. Now if I go here and I will see action is triggered, okay. So it will, go to the sonar.yaml first, and then it will go to code build, okay. So yeah, we have to make sure our runner is working on our EC2 instance, okay. So I will just make sure it is connected, okay. Dot, okay. So it will trigger it. So in this step, what we are going to achieve, our image will be built, okay, and it will be pushed to our Docker Hub, okay. So if I also show here, if I go to the build, okay, it will assign a name, okay, the tag, and this image, okay. Then here we will pull this image on our EC2 instance, okay. Then we will run this image on the port 3000, okay. So meanwhile, this is being executed. So we can go to our EC2 instance. By the way, our EKS being created, okay. So because we have running this EKS creation on our VS Code, it is being created. So just go to EC2 and open the port 3000 so we can access our application publicly, okay. So I will just go to the security and I will just give access, okay. So I will just go and add a new port, which is 3000, okay. No, okay, we have to add port here, okay, 3000. All right, okay, and then we have to add uh, public everywhere. Done. So just go to your GitHub again, okay, see the condition of workflow, a code analysis done, okay. Now if I just click on this build.yaml, so currently it is building our image and pushing to the Docker Hub, okay. So we have to wait, okay, and when it is done, we will be able to access publicly. So if I just copy this, okay, I will just copy my public IP and I will go with port 3000, okay. So by the way, image is being pulled. So when this build will be completed, our application will be accessible on uh, our IP address, okay. So yeah, we have to wait for it. Then last thing is we have to also check our infrastructure is being created. Okay, fine. Meanwhile, what we can do here, we have to go to our settings. Okay, images bold, images build and pushed. Correct. Okay. So fine, we can go to the settings and we can integrate Slack as well. No, this is our second last step. Okay, so just go to the settings and click on the actions. Okay, and here we have to click on new repository. Okay, so you have to go to Slack. Okay, if you have your Slack channel, Slack account created, okay, you have to go to your settings. Okay, settings and administration, manage apps. Okay, click on build. Okay, so we have to create a new app here. Workspace, I will be just going to select code with move. Okay, and we have to make sure one thing. Okay, one thing I need to confirm here, the steps we need to follow to, I'll just go back. Okay, and yeah, we have to click on the builds again. Okay, so if I show you the steps we have to follow to integrate Slack notifications. Okay, so we have to create a new app. Okay, then we have to do it from scratch. Okay, so app name. Okay, incoming, simple. So I will just go here and create new app from scratch. Okay, so just give a name, React workspace code with move. Simple. Click on incoming webhooks. Okay, activate. Okay, simple. Then you have to add a new webhook. Okay, select a channel. I will just select journal channel. Okay, in this channel the notification will be sent. All right. Okay, just copy this webhook URL and go to the GitHub. Okay, and add this secret. Okay, and what will be the name? You can just get the name from here. Okay, and the name is Slack webhook URL. Okay, just we will add it. Okay, Slack webhook. Simple, just add this. Okay, so we are done with our Slack. Okay, webhook. Okay, so our Slack is also integrated. Okay, no, we are going to add one thing, which is a Travi image scan. We will be scanning our images as well. Okay, so first of all, go to actions. So you can see our code build was successfully done. Just refresh it. You will see your application, which is a React application, which is live. Okay, and accessible. Okay, so yeah, it is live. And no, I have to just go to my VS code. You can see our infrastructure is also created. Next, we have to create our third last, I will say, workflow, which is a drive image scan. Okay, I will say .yaml. Okay, so you can just get this from my workflow, which is here. Okay, just copy this. Okay, and paste it. Okay, similarly we will be also creating our last workflow, which is deploy on EKS. Okay, so I will just copy this as well. Okay, so we can save time here, and I will just create a new workflow build dot sorry, deploy dot yaml. Okay, so and we have to paste the code here. It is every code, like how it will send notifications. Okay, also make sure one thing in this deploy.yaml, your EKS cluster name is updated. Okay, my cluster name is this one. Okay, and also the region name, these things must be updated. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, fine. No, last thing here, we have to update on our EC2 instance. If I just go to my EC2 instance, okay, I have to configure AWS CLI as well here. I will just configure it. AWS configured. Okay, so you have the access keys already. So just get it here, access key, and paste it here. Simple. And then you have to copy the secret as well. Okay, default region, which is US1. Done. Okay, so yeah, it is also done. Now we are going to do our last step. We will be going to push the new changes. I can say changes done, and yes. So we have to just start our runner. This is our last step. It will, scan our images, scan and deploy on EKS. Okay, so we have to just run this command. It will trigger new actions or new workflows. Okay, we have deployed. Okay, so it is being started. Okay, these are total four workflow. So I'm just going to discuss the basics. I suppose this was our first, which was a sonar. Okay, first it will do the analysis on the code. On the second, it will build the images and will push to the Docker Hub. At the last, it will, you know, available on the public EC2 instance. Okay, and then at the third point, it will analysis of our image. Okay, this workflow, and the last, it will deploy to the EKS. So we have to wait till this is done, completed. By the way, I have forget to add one file, which is deployment.yaml. Okay, what I can do here, I can just yeah, this file, we have to create this file. So our uh, deployment can be successful. Okay, so just create this file, okay, into your project, and then deploy again. This was the last step that I missed. Okay, so just create this file. Okay, and just copy the content from here. Okay, it's simple. Just make sure you have updated the image path. Maybe your image path will be different, your username and the image path. So just make sure these changes are done when you are going to push new changes. Okay, so I'm just going to deploy again. Okay, done, and commit. Okay, and yeah, we are almost done. We have to just wait our build completion. Okay, you can see this was failed last time because the file was missing. Okay, okay, fine. If I have to just click on see error, how it was come. So you can see this file was missing. Got it? Here it was missing here. Okay. So yeah, we have to wait. And meantime, if you guys have ending questions, you can ask. But just we are going to complete it in next 5 minutes. So we have to just wait. Okay, our runner is also working fine. Okay. Wahid, I think you have enjoyed. I think the time is no. Approximately, we have covered 75 minutes so far. Uh, so I think 5 to 7 minutes more. So we will be done with this as well. Okay. Meanwhile, it is building. I can show you something. Okay. Let me go to my LinkedIn. Okay. But before I go, I have to just stay here. For the commands, we will need it at the end. Okay, one thing I can just finish here. Okay, when the deployment is successfully done, we will get the notification on the Slack. We will see, and then lastly we will just kubectl. Okay, so get our node. Okay, so these last two steps, it will take only 1 to 2 minutes, so we have to just wait till our build are completed and successfully done. Yeah, I think, yeah, we have learned a lot of things. I think main thing, the basic was, if we don't use EKS anything, uh, basics, we need to analyze our code and we have to use the Docker. Okay, it save a lot of time, even with the time when the packages version are updated. Okay, and we are not using Docker, and we stuck into the installation of our packages. So this is a big problem. This can be easily solved if we can start using Docker, and it is super easy to use. So this is the benefit of Docker. Also, using SonarQube for analysis. And one thing for the Python side, I can share, which is a PyLint, okay, to make sure our code syntax is fine. So I would say anyone to use these techniques to improve your experience, because one thing, when you work with new clients, okay, and they ask you very common questions, but you don't have answer to these questions, you stuck, and they get idea like how much knowledge you have. Okay, so these are the best practices and the basics. Okay, we have to follow these basics, and we can stand up in our team as well. So we have to just go to our, it is just building. Okay, it is a yeah, image scanning, then only the last step, which will be the deploy to the EKS. Okay, then we will test our application, which will be live on EKS. Uh, okay, so I'm hoping like in next week I will invite 2 3 guys, like if you want to discuss on topics. Okay, we will create a new event on a upcoming week. Okay, and I will invite some guests. Okay, you can also be a guest. Okay, like the persons those are watching this live stream. Okay, and you can share your ideas. Okay, I think it's the best way to describe you. Okay, and tell your experience and help others. I think only the best thing is I love to do, you know, uh, if you have experience, you have knowledge, you have to deliver, you have to contribute, you have to, provide to others. Okay, and it automatically help you to grow. So hopefully, yeah, the last step, we are just on the deploy to the EKS. Okay, so what the error we have faced. Okay, so we have to see EKS, okay, cluster code with more US West 1. Okay, partial conditions in the file, missing AWS secret access key. Okay, so this was a mistake. I think we have to just, I will just do one thing here. I will just configure again. I think this was the problem. And yeah, I forget to add the secret key. Okay, so I will be just, if I have to add a secret key, I can try if I can get the secret key again. Uh, because once you have created a secret key, make sure you have saved the secret key as a CSV, because you can need it anywhere, because when you are creating infrastructure using a same user, okay, you will be needing this same user on EKS as well. So, and my secret key is not there, but yeah, you have to make sure one thing when you're configuring. Okay, so you have to make sure these configurations are fine. Okay, so because I have created this EKS using my username, but my secret key is disappeared because I have not saved it. Okay, so we have to learn from these mistakes. Okay, so when you will update, you will configure on EKS EC2 again. Okay, so you will have basic problems solution. It can be fixed. Okay, so if even if I just go and create it again. Okay, here access key. Okay, and I can create it, and